What exactly are we celebrating today? Feminist theologian and sister of St. Joseph, Elizabeth Johnson, described the celebration of All Saints as the feast of splendid nobodies. The feast of splendid nobodies. How do we integrate that idea of splendid nobodies with what we grew up learning and believing about the saints? That great cloud of witnesses on whose shoulders we stand. As you may have guessed, we've outgrown the idea of saints as only that group of men and women canonized by the institutional church. In her book, Friends of God and Prophets, a feminist theological reading of the communion of saints, Elizabeth Johnson broadens the definition of the communion of saints to one community of memory and hope, touched by the Spirit. This approach of one community of memory and hope, touched by the Spirit, that approach really resonates with me. So anyone curious about who's in that one broader inclusive community? Certainly, it's everybody who has died. And it's everybody who is living. And it's all those who have yet to be born. And breaking out of a purely human-centered circle, it's all of creation. Not just the canonized, not just the baptized, not just the people. Everyone and everything in the cosmic community of life. It's connected and touched by the sacred. We know this to be true. Yesterday, I heard a song that captures this vision of belonging to a more integrated, inclusive world. Those of you who know me know I'm not going to sing it, and you're grateful for that. But do we have any country music fans here? Okay, so test. At the Grammys in 2021, it was awarded Best Country Song. The song is entitled Crowded Table. It was written by Brandi Carlile, Natalie Hemby, and Laurie McKenna. And it was sung by the band, The High Women. You might have heard it in the Campbell's Soup commercial in 2020 during the pandemic, when people were shown connecting during social distancing. So I want to share the chorus with you. And Joan Aspen has agreed to pinch hit for me, since singing is not one of my gifts. I have my words right here. I want a house with a crowded table and a place by the fire for everyone. Let us take on the world while we're young and able, and bring us back together
when the day is done, and bring us back together when the day is done.
So even if we no longer envision ourselves as young and able, the song paints a picture of everyone being welcomed at a crowded table. So let's hear it for Joan, who had never heard the song until yesterday when I sent her an email. One line that we didn't sing that really rings true for me, though, is this one. Everyone's a little broken and everyone belongs. So when we apply that to the bigger communion, everyone who's lived, everyone who's died, everyone who will ever live, and all that is created. It's powerful, I think. The song is about acceptance and working together and making room for everybody, including splendid nobodies, to fit in. So as I thought about people who typify this crowded table, inclusive community approach, the names that initially bubbled up were Dorothy Day, Greg Boyle, and Thea Bowman. These individuals clearly embrace or have embraced the Beatitudes. And then it struck me that in this community of St. Mary Magdalene, we are richly blessed by people who live out the Beatitudes daily. Let me highlight a few who have started nonprofits in response to unmet needs. Our own Terry Shields. One of the founders of Dawn's Place. And today, hopefully, we will hear Anne-Marie Jones, who's an alum of Dawn's Place and now residential supervisor there, and Megan Patterson, who's a sister of St. Joseph and the current executive director of Dawn's Place, to kind of update us on what's happening. Then there's also Clark Powers out in South Bend, Indiana, with support from his brother Jim in Minneapolis, who started Play Like a Champion, that promotes an inclusive environment for developmentally oriented youth sports, really building a culture for all children by partnering with economically disadvantaged communities to build sustainable community youth sports organizations. And our final shout out today to George and Mimi Limbach, who were on the team that started PAR Recycle Works, providing meaningful work and a supportive environment and culture by recycling electronic components for men transitioning from prison. These are just 3 of the initiatives community members invest their energy in. One of the things that I marvel at is how engaged people in this community are. And I think it's below the surface. We don't even know so much of what's happening. Whether you're feeding the homeless, preparing meals, caring for loved ones, or simply reaching out for a conversation, praying. So today, as we celebrate All Saints and All Souls, I want to share with you how proud I am to be part of this community, populated with splendid nobodies, yet deeply connected to all those who have died, all those who are living, all those not yet born, and all of creation. God bless you all.